I went from broke teen dad scrounging around for rent money to running a 6-figure Facebook business on autopilot in 6 months. Listen in as I give away all the secrets that got me to 6 figures, and join me as I uncover and conquer the roadblocks on the road to 7 figures. This is Andrew Pabia, and you're listening to the Game of Entrepreneurship podcast. What is up, guys? And in this podcast, I want to talk about success. And what I mean by success is I just mean general success, right? I want to talk about some advantages that helped me in my journey, some of my disadvantages, some of what I think made the greatest people great, and what made some people fail, right? So, first of all, I don't want to say that I'm successful. I don't necessarily consider myself successful. I do consider myself successful in some ways, but I'm not successful in everything. Like, for instance, yes, my income in the past several months has made an insane jump, more than like literally 10x'd itself, right? But that all stemmed from something. That came from me continuing to evolve and wanting to grow my knowledge and just being self-aware of what my problems are and being able to fix them. Guys, I still have problems. I'm not successful in every aspect of the word. Like, I still have problems that I don't talk about just because not everybody wants to, first of all, spill out their problems, but not everybody needs to know my problems. That spills more just negative energy on people. And why be negative when you can talk about your successes and tell people how they can get the same thing by sharing what worked for you? So I really just I want you guys to know that I'm not perfect. I still have problems just like anybody else. Have my problems changed? Yes. Now I'm not as worried about being able to pay my bills and stuff like that, but more problems arise. I promise you that. And as much as, your favorite guru or whoever you're fanboying or fangirling over, as much as you really want to think that they are perfect and their life is perfect, I promise you they're not. They're normal people just like me and you, and they have issues just like me and you. They may not be the same issues given, but they are issues, right? So I want to talk about what I think made me successful in being able to grow my income. So first of all, I want to go ahead and say that I know for a fact that it already starts with mentality. And I'm so glad that I was self-aware enough to know that I needed to make a mentality switch. And so what happened was I was interested in Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor used to always talk about the law of attraction and stuff like that. So I got interested in the law of attraction, and I came across this guy named Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor broke it down a little further, and because, the law of attraction kind of sounds mystical, but Bob Proctor broke it down in such a way that it made sense. He explained that the law of attraction works because the desire is there, and the desire, if you really want it, if you really want to achieve it, you can, if you can tell your mind that you can achieve it. So basically, we're all born with we're all born a clean slate, right? And everything that because in our child age, while we're babies and toddlers, our brain is like a sponge. It's almost like Play-Doh. Like, it can be molded any kind of way. And so everything that we're around and everything that's in our environment is being soaked into our subconscious as children. And so we develop this, and it starts to harden over time. And so so we start to be set in our ways, right? So if we were surrounded by lack and limitation, you are going to continue to live a life of lack and limitation if you don't actively pursue a different mindset. So if you don't actually try to change your mindset. And for me, I didn't know obviously back then that it was mainly the mindset, but I knew something needed to change, and my mindset was a part of it, right? So what I started to do was, I remember sitting down after watching that video, and that video really became a part of me. I watched that video over and over and over again. And even in the video, he says, because the one way to get something into your subconscious is you just listen to it over and over and over until it becomes a part of you. And so he says that in the video. He's like, listen to this video over and over again. That's Bob Proctor. I think it's like Proctor Gallagher or something on YouTube. He's kind of an old guy. He's got glasses, white hair. I don't know. That guy changed my life and he probably will never know it. But I still see his ads and stuff. He's an entrepreneur like anybody else. Obviously, he gave that insane value to me, probably to upsell me. But at the time, I didn't have any money for the upsell. But I remember it was just that one video. I just watched it over and over and over again. It became a part of me, and then I realized he explained how to change your subconscious. You need to make something a part of you, and you do that by repeating something to yourself over and over and over again. If you have a goal, think about it in the present term, write it down in the present time, write it down, and then put it in front. Well, my thing is to put it in front of me, right? But really, you just write a goal down and you repeat it to yourself over and over and over again. Well, keep in mind, the way my mind works, right now I'm sitting in front of a board with my goals in it. My quarterly goal is 30K in August, 60K by the next Inner Circle Mastermind, and then build a 50K audience. Those are my goals. And I think the last goal is more, obviously it's for the quarter, but yeah, so for me, it's having my goals in front of me. You may not be the same way, but still you need to make something a part of you, whether it be like you saying it into the recorder on your phone, and you listening to it over and over and over and again, and then repeating it to yourself. Because the thing is, when you repeat it to yourself, what kind of happens there is you kind of brainwash yourself. So like anything else, if you just continue to hear something over and over and over again, even if you're the one telling yourself, you'll start to believe it. And so that's what happened to me. What I did was I wrote down a list of goals that I had, and one of them was actually one of the affirmations that I took was stolen from Bob Proctor, and Bob Proctor was saying that this is one that he uses, and it's like I am so happy and grateful that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. And so that was one of them. And then obviously I had more concrete money goals, but I remember continuing to say that and continuing to say that and continuing to say that. And before I even realized that I was actually starting to believe it, my income was going up. And so that was like crazy to me. And it was just literally like the law of, I was attracting money at that point in my life. And so the momentum just continued to build and continue to build. And I just continued to learn and evolve and adjust and do everything I possibly could to create a life for myself, create a life for my child and for my fiance. And so that's just kind of what I've built right now. Now, things aren't perfect. Like I said, that's just one aspect that I'm successful in. I'm still, and people would actually consider that like a successful business, but hey, nobody ever knows what's going to happen in the future. But I do know this now, with the knowledge, all of the knowledge that I've accumulated in the past 6-7 months, I am extremely confident that if my business were to fail tomorrow, I would be able to build another six-figure business from the ground up in 6 months or less. And I do believe that simply because of the mindset that I've taken on, by being able to convince myself, by being able to hack my subconscious, right? To really mold myself. You can make yourself whoever you want to be, guys. You just have to try. And there's so many people that don't take action on things just because they have limiting beliefs. And guys, once you can get over those insecurities, and one way to do that is to simply write out your goals and then again repeat them over and over to yourself, then you'll start to notice that success just is coming towards you. Now tailor your, actually look inside of you, think about what you really want to be, what you really want to do, who do you want to be 10 years from now? Write those goals down in present time and repeat them to yourself, and I promise you, if you do it over and over and over again, your life will change. I remember my girl used to think I was so cheesy because I wrote my goals down and I taped them over the radio in my car, because at the time my car radio was broken, and so I taped them over the radio in my car, so it'd be like the first thing I see, you cannot miss it. And so and so she thought, I know she thought it was cheesy. She never said anything, but I honestly, at first I even felt weird doing it. But the simple fact is, I know that my life started to change, and it stemmed from that. It stemmed from taking that small action. It's nothing big, but I think what happens is your brain, your subconscious mind, once you brainwash it, and it starts to actually desire those things, then our brain is automatically designed to start solving problems to reach our end result, right? So that's just how we're wired. Humans are wired. We're always noticing imperfections and deficiencies in everything, and like the way we're designed is to solve problems. And so when we tell ourselves, hey, this is our end goal, and then our brain's going to start thinking, okay, how do we get there? We're not on track right now. This is what we need to do. And so if the desire is there and you can see it in your mind, and you have the courage enough to speak it to yourself, then it will become. Guys, I hope that really encourages you guys. I'm telling you guys, that really, really, really helped me. That is the main thing, aside from staying true to God and just having faith, just really convincing myself. That was a great way to get over mental barriers. You are blocked by some kind of mental barrier, whether you believe it or not. Something in your mind is holding you from your goal. Let it go. Let it go. I'm telling you right now, take imperfect action. Do whatever you need to do, whatever means necessary. Just go out there and reach your goals. I'm telling you guys, it's a lot easier than you think. Just really write your goals down and have desire. That's all it takes. You guys have a good one. Boom! Thank you for listening in to the Game of Entrepreneurship podcast. If you loved the podcast, please feel free to rate and subscribe. Also, if you would like to learn how I was able to create a Facebook business and scale it all the way to 6 figures in 6 months, all you have to do is go to Andrew Dylan Pabia on Facebook. That is my personal Facebook profile. Feel free to follow me, and then that will lead you to my private Facebook group where I literally teach everything, exactly how I did it. I share everything in there. So guys, go check it out. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Game of Entrepreneurship, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.